Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Frozen Woodworker. In today's episode we are going to be bending these diamond willow sticks into nice straight chair pieces. To do that, we're going to be using the steam chamber right here. And currently I'm waiting for the steam chamber to build up some steam. I filled up the reservoir with distilled water. I plugged it in and now it's just heating up. It takes a good 20 minutes or so to really heat up well and get the steam pumping out. And the way I'm going to be straightening these is with these little jigs right here. I'll show you once it comes out, but here I'll take a crooked one to make it easy to see. But see how that's not very straight against the seam? Well, once this is steamed, excuse me, I'll be able to bend this nice so that it'll bend right up flat against the board without a whole lot of spring back, which will make it so I can use this for a front chair leg. I can do the back chair legs with a similar jig, but with a curve in it like this. So that you get a nice curve on the bottom and a nice long slanty curve on the top. And obviously with a little longer piece. But now while we wait, let's fill up the steam chamber. I'm going to do 4 pieces this time. Put these 2 in there. These 2 in there. And I'll put the cap on. Alright, now all we gotta do is sit around and wait for a little while. And while we do that, let's talk about safety while we're in here. One thing I do when I pull out of the steam chamber is I use a pair of pliers to grab the boards out originally. Because if you stick your hand in that steam chamber, it's awful hot. And you can burn yourself. So I use this channel locks here. I kind of reach in there, I grab the end of them, I pull them out so I can get the end. Sometimes I'll wear a pair of gloves. Lately I haven't been. I've been doing a fair amount of steaming and my hands have gotten a little bit used to it. But if you want to wear gloves, that's definitely not a bad idea. And other than that, we're pretty safe. I do have some steam to build up pressure inside here. I have a little pinhole drill on the bottom of the steam chamber down here and a bucket on the floor. And that lets the steam, as it condenses back in the water, drain out right there and drain into the bucket. And it prevents steam from building up too much pressure inside the steam chamber. I have found when I lengthened my steam chamber from 2 feet, it used to be 2 feet, I lengthened it to 4 feet so I could fit these bigger chair pieces in it. I added this middle piece with these 2 rubber couplers here. And I noticed just from the few times I used it previously that these had already fallen out of perfectly round just from the steam heat inside of it. The big 6-inch PVC had kind of cushioned a little bit, so from top to bottom it was smaller than it was from side to side, which I thought was interesting, and I wanted to share it with you. Well, I'm going to turn off the camera for now as we wait. I'm going to wait till a little bit of steam just starts to come out, and then I'm going to set a timer for 1 hour. And after an hour, I will bring you back in here and we'll bend some diamond willow. Alright, thank you much. Okay guys, welcome back. The sticks have been steaming for an hour now, so let's pull them out and see what we got. Oh, it's kind of warm. Like I said, I used the channel locks to pull the sticks out. And then in between sticks, I put the cap back on, just kind of loosely. Just to help hold the steam in there. This one's got to sit about like that. And we got to move kind of quick as we do these. Because you got to get it done while it's still hot. Okay, so I put the clamp at the high point of the bowl. Let's try that again. So let's try it this way. Okay, kind of holding the clamp down a little bit so it doesn't bounce up again. Once it gets all the way to the 2x2 on this side, it should be good to go to kind of hold it nice and tight. And I think that's all this one needs. It's just one clamp there. You can see how it was bowed, but now it's got nice and straight here. Set that aside. Pull out another jig. Pull out another stick. And we'll see what we got now. This one's fairly straight to begin with, so I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal to pull a little bit of bow out of it. Although I might need 2 clamps on this one. So we're going to put 1 clamp down low here to hold it where it's already fairly tight. And I'm going to put another clamp over the bow. So I got this clamp where it's already fairly straight. And the bow is right here, if you can see. So I'm going to put 1 clamp over here. I'm trying to move it just a little bit further to the left. Get as much of that out as I can. Now you got to use these heavier duty clamps in order to do this. I tried doing it with these squeeze style clamps and they just don't have enough pressure to bend these boards straight or to bend these sticks straight. So I actually, at the moment, I am in need of some more of these C-clamps. Hopefully you can get them before too terribly long so I can do larger batches at one time. Because right now, all I can do is either 4 of the small ones or 2 of the big ones at a time. Which ends up making it take about 4 days total in order to do enough for 1 chair. I suppose a chair and a half. Every 6 days I get 2 chairs worth. Although this batch isn't taking very many clamps. Sometimes I'll take 3-4 clamps per stick. But these sticks have been relatively straight. Loosen that back up, straighten that up. Suck that in. This one needs another clamp. This one needs a vertical clamp at the end here. Okay, there's another one. And one last one here. This one is a little bit on the small side. I'm not sure I'm even going to be able to use it for a chair leg. I might use it for more of a spindle than a leg because of the small diameter it is. But even for a spindle, it makes life a whole lot easier if they're straight. And there we are. So we got 4 straight front legs, or spindles, or whatever the case may end up being. I'll unplug the steamer here in just a moment when I say goodbye to you. And then we'll be done for the day. I let this stuff sit in the clamps for, we don't have to let it sit that long, but I like to sit for 2 days in the clamps. That way it doesn't have quite as much spring back. Spring back is when it had a little bend to it, you pull it straight and it slightly bends back. You eliminate some of that if you let it sit in the clamps longer till it's totally dried out. Excuse me. But that's all I got for you today. So be safe and have fun in your workshops. Alright, bye-bye.